In the annals of Formula One, few rivalries burn as brightly as Niki Lauda and James Hunt. They were polar opposites: Lauda, the precise, calculating engineer; Hunt, the flamboyant, free-spirited rebel. Their clash wasn't just about speed, it was a battle of philosophies, a dramatic test of character that would culminate in the unforgettable 1976 season. A season defined by fire, courage, and an unprecedented fight for survival that pushed the limits of human endurance, ultimately decided on a rain-soaked track. This is their story. Both Lauda and Hunt climbed the ranks of motorsport with relentless ambition, though through vastly different paths. Lauda, from an affluent Austrian family, funded his career with personal loans, driven by an almost obsessive dedication to engineering perfection. Hunt, the quintessential British gentleman racer, exuded charisma and natural talent, often relying on his raw speed and daring driving style. By 1975, Lauda had already secured a world title with Ferrari, while Hunt was a rising star at Hesketh, poised for greatness. Their contrasting approaches to racing and life fueled an intense, if at times respectful, rivalry. Lauda meticulously analyzed every detail of his car, seeking marginal gains through technical precision and consistent performance. He was the ultimate professional, disciplined and focused. Hunt, however, embraced the playboy image, often seen partying before races, yet possessing a breathtaking natural talent and a fearless approach to overtaking. This fundamental personality clash defined their battle, a struggle between method and raw instinct. Niki Lauda earned the nickname "the computer" for his analytical mind and cold, logical approach to racing. He prioritized reliability and efficiency, famously stating that he could only accept a small degree of risk. This calculative mindset made him a formidable opponent, often outsmarting rivals through strategic consistency rather than sheer aggression. His precision behind the wheel of the Ferrari 312T was unmatched, leading him to a dominant championship victory in 1975 and a strong start to 1976. James Hunt, on the other hand, was the embodiment of the daring, charismatic racer. After Hesketh withdrew from F1, he unexpectedly found a seat at McLaren, a team desperate to regain its former glory. Hunt's driving style was spectacular, often on the very edge of control, thrilling crowds and unsettling competitors. He was adored by fans for his honesty, his carefree attitude, and his no-holds-barred approach to racing. His raw speed and audacious overtakes made him a wildcard in the championship. The 1976 season was unfolding against a backdrop of extreme danger in Formula One. Safety standards were rudimentary compared to today, and fatalities were an all-too-common part of the sport. Circuits were long, challenging, and often minimally protected, pushing drivers to their absolute limits. The raw power of the cars combined with these perilous conditions made every race a gamble with life itself. This era bred incredible courage, but also underscored the inherent risks these gladiators faced. The 1976 championship began with Lauda in formidable form, dominating the early races. He secured victories in Brazil, South Africa, Belgium, and Monaco, building a significant lead in the drivers' standings. His Ferrari, a refined evolution of the championship-winning 312T, was a formidable machine, and Lauda's consistent performances seemed to put the title well within his grasp. The world watched as the computer seemingly cruised towards another inevitable triumph, while Hunt struggled with McLaren's early reliability issues. Despite Lauda's strong start, James Hunt, with McLaren, found his stride mid-season. Technical improvements to the M23 chassis and engine allowed Hunt to unleash his full potential. He stormed to victories in Spain, France, and his home race, the British Grand Prix, though the latter was embroiled in controversy and disqualification. Hunt began to chip away at Lauda's seemingly insurmountable lead, bringing the championship battle to a boil and showing that his maverick approach could yield significant results. Next on the calendar was the German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, an epic, terrifying circuit known as the Green Hell. At over 22 kilometers long, with 170 corners, minimal runoff areas, and varying weather conditions, it was considered the most dangerous track in Formula One. Its sheer scale and unforgiving nature demanded absolute precision and courage, and every lap was a monumental challenge. This was the stage where the 1976 season would take a truly horrific turn. Niki Lauda, ever the realist, had voiced grave concerns about the Nürburgring's safety. Just before the race, he attempted to organize a boycott among his fellow drivers, arguing that the circuit was too dangerous, particularly with its lack of sufficient marshals and medical facilities. His plea, however, was narrowly rejected by the other drivers. Reluctantly, Lauda agreed to race, aware of the immense risks but bound by his competitive drive and contractual obligations. The stage was set for tragedy. On August 1, 1976, during the second lap of the German Grand Prix, Lauda's worst fears were realized. His Ferrari veered off the track at the fast Bergwerk corner, slammed into the Armco barrier, burst into flames, and was then struck by another car. Trapped in the inferno, Lauda suffered horrific burns and inhaled toxic fumes. It took several brave drivers, including Guy Edwards, Brett Lunger, Harold Ertl, and Arturo Merzario, to pull him from the wreckage, moments before his lungs would have given out. The immediate aftermath saw Niki Lauda rushed to a specialized burn unit in Mannheim, Germany. His condition was critical, extensive burns covered his head, face, and hands, and his lungs were severely damaged by the hot, toxic gases. Doctors gave him the last rites. His life hung by a thread, and it seemed utterly impossible that he would ever race again, let alone survive. This was the ultimate return from death, a battle waged not on the track, but within the confines of an intensive care unit. While Lauda fought for his life, the championship continued. James Hunt, though undoubtedly shaken by the accident, knew he had to capitalize on the opportunity. He secured vital wins in the Netherlands and Canada, closing the championship gap dramatically. With Lauda out of action, Hunt's McLaren team rallied behind him, transforming what seemed like a comfortable lead for Ferrari into a fierce, unpredictable contest. The title race was suddenly wide open, but no one could have predicted Lauda's next move. Just 6 weeks after his near-fatal accident, Niki Lauda made an astonishing return at the Italian Grand Prix. Still bandaged and in immense pain, his sheer willpower and determination were awe-inspiring. He strapped himself into his Ferrari, his face still raw, a modified helmet protecting his injuries. To merely qualify was heroic. To finish fourth, earning 3 vital championship points, was nothing short of miraculous. His return from death wasn't just physical, it was a profound statement of human courage. Lauda's comeback was more than just a physical recovery, it was a mental one. He famously stated that he wanted to prove to himself that he could still race, that the fear wouldn't conquer him. This incredible resolve brought the championship battle down to the wire. Despite his injuries, Lauda continued to perform, demonstrating immense bravery and an unwavering commitment to his craft. The championship points became tighter than ever, setting the stage for one of the most memorable season finales in F1 history. The final race of the 1976 season, the Japanese Grand Prix, would decide the championship. The venue was the Fuji Speedway, a fast, challenging circuit nestled at the base of Mount Fuji. Niki Lauda held a slim 3-point lead over James Hunt. The tension was palpable, not just between the two drivers, but throughout the entire F1 community. This climactic showdown was set to be an epic conclusion to an already unprecedented season, but the weather would soon add another layer of drama. On race day at Fuji, conditions were appalling. A torrential downpour created extremely hazardous conditions, with standing water and heavy spray severely limiting visibility. Many drivers, including Lauda, argued for the race to be postponed or cancelled due to safety concerns, echoing Lauda's earlier plea at Nürburgring. However, due to broadcasting contracts and immense commercial pressure, the organizers decided the race would go ahead. The drivers faced a stark choice: risk everything for the title or prioritize their lives. After just 2 laps, Niki Lauda made a decision that shocked the racing world. He pitted and withdrew from the race. For Lauda, having just cheated death months earlier, the risk was too great. He stated that his life was more important than the championship, refusing to gamble his hard-won second chance. It was a moment of profound courage, perhaps more so than his return to racing, demonstrating the incredible personality clash at play, prioritizing safety and life over the ultimate racing glory. With Lauda out, James Hunt knew he needed to finish at least third to claim the championship. Despite the perilous conditions, he drove with his characteristic blend of aggression and skill, pushing his McLaren to the absolute limit. The track slowly began to dry in some sections, but the pressure was immense. In a dramatic final sequence of laps, Hunt battled fading tires and intense competition, needing every ounce of his talent and resolve to secure the crucial points for the title. In a heart-stopping finish, James Hunt crossed the line in third place, just enough to win the 1976 Formula One World Championship by a single point. It was an extraordinary culmination to an extraordinary season. The cheers erupted for the new champion, a testament to his raw talent and daring spirit. The 1976 season had delivered unparalleled drama, a testament to the contrasting wills and immense courage of its two central figures, cementing its place as one of motorsport's most iconic battles. Despite their fierce rivalry and profound differences, Lauda and Hunt developed a deep respect for each other. Their contrasting personalities, once a source of friction, became a testament to the diverse paths to greatness. Lauda went on to win 2 more world championships, while Hunt retired a few years later. Their story became legendary, immortalized not just by the championship outcome, but by the sheer human drama, courage, and the indelible mark they left on Formula One. They were rivals who pushed each other to extraordinary limits. The 1976 season was more than just a championship battle, it was a profound human story. It highlighted the incredible courage required to compete in a dangerous era of motorsport, the resilience to return from death's door, and the moral complexities faced when passion clashes with self-preservation. Lauda and Hunt's rivalry transcended sport, offering a timeless narrative about contrasting characters, fate, and the indomitable human spirit. Their legacy reminds us that true greatness is often forged in the fires of adversity.